Jungkook's point of view. You know, sometimes when you're sleeping, you get that creepy feeling that someone's watching you. I get that feeling that morning. I slowly opened my eyes, feeling shy, knowing damn well that someone is watching me. I was right, it's YN. She sits in the bed beside me, already showered and ready for the day. In her hands is a red mug of coffee. Morning, she greets when she realizes that her creepy staring thing has wakened me up. I yawn, covering my mouth with my hand, and turn around, my eyes searching for the clock. 5:30 a.m. It's only 5:30, she shrugs, grinning cheerfully. Your cup of coffee is waiting for you, she says. Seriously? I ask, giving up glaring. Seriously, she replies, smiling mischievously as she takes another sip from the steaming mug in her hands. But I'm tired, I whine. Come on, don't be such a baby. Fine, I glare, sitting up. I'm a baby? YN smirks. Yes, you are. Oh, I lean forward and remove the mug from her hand slowly. She looks at me in confusion, but I smirk at her. What? She starts, but I crawl to her, placing a finger on her lips to shush her. She looks taken aback. My eyes flit down to her lips, those lips that are extra red due to the hotness of the coffee she was just drinking. Goddess, I can kiss them all day, all night, 7 days a week. Back up at her, with now darkened eyes, slowly leaning closer, letting her know my intention. I'm about to close the gap between us when suddenly she leans forward, pressing her lips to mine. Okay then. She moans. I place a hand on her shoulder, pushing her back forcefully before things get too heated. So, does a baby make you moan like that? I whisper against her lips, opening my eyes. Her eyes widen in realization. She shoots me one last look before she loses control and slams her lips to mine, starting a makeout session that takes half hours to finish. You know, Alpha? There was a girl named YN. She used to be grumpy all the time, never smiled, always yelled at her best friend, never followed his wise advice. Too proud cause she was an alpha. You have seen her anywhere? Please tell her that her beta is looking for her. YN rolls her eyes. Taehyung chokes on his chicken. I was wondering, why are you and Taehyung redoing your senior year? I asked, looking at her with a curious expression. I didn't do my finals well. She replies my question, looking away. I startled for a second. But why? My father died. Oh, I'm so sorry. I apologize earnestly, looking at her with pleading looks that begs her to understand my mistake. That earns me a small smile from her. We are currently in our room and YN is about to join me in her pack, our pack. I, Alpha YN, am willing to accept you, John Jungkook, as a member of my pack. Do you pledge your loyalty to me? Yes, I, John Jungkook, hereby solemnly pledge my loyalty and my life to the pack and its alpha. This pack will be my pack till my last breath leaves me, and all the members of this pack will be my brothers and sisters. I vow that every single fiber of my being will struggle for the betterment of this pack. I shall always try to be worthy for it. YN forces her eyes down and the grip on the dagger tightens. She digs the blade into her palm in one quick motion, making blood bubble out of the cut and trickle down her hand. Immediately, a sharp smell invades my nostrils, and for some reason it's getting me all riled up. In that way, I force my dirty mind to calm the freak down and receive the blade from her. Without hesitation, I drag it across my palm. Ouch, it hurts. I place it on the bedside table and take her hand in mine, letting our blood mingle. And then I feel a sharp stab of electricity race up my fingers through my arm to my chest, and then a tearing pain invades my brain. Oh goddess! I clutch my hands to my head, forced to pull away from her grip. Confusion, pain, happiness, sorrow, pain, happiness, and pain. Pain above everything else. I fall to my knees, unable to compensate what's going on. Jungkook, you need to relax, okay? Try to overcome the pain and breathe. You'll be able to sort out through the voices in your head. I try to do as she says, but it doesn't work. I'm not able to concentrate on anything except the pain that feels like it's splitting my brain into two. I breathe out slowly and look up once again to meet her eyes and realize that she's only a mere inch from me. Tightens my insides and I feel such an almost uncontrollable hunger for my mate. I just have to do something about it. Don't do it, Jungkook. Don't kiss her now. Wyan pushes me back with a firm shove and I plop on the floor. Startled, I look up at her with wide eyes and she smirks down at me, crawling to me in her hands and knees. Oh man, that is the single most sexiest thing I have ever seen. You're hot for your alpha, aren't you? Wyan whispers. Wyan, not now. I mumble, trying to look away from her gaze. I'm not letting it go, Gook. Not when I can feel you for me, for your alpha. Wyan mumbles against my neck. She groans and bites her way up my neck and showers little kisses all across my jaw. My fingers have a mind of their own because they are moving beneath the hem of her shirt as well, caressing the soft skin on her lower back. You want your alpha to kiss you, To end this torture? I gasp because her wolf is in control and she might do things I'm not sure the two of us are ready for yet. All I can do at the moment is breathe out a soft yes, alpha. I can tell that she likes the way I addressed her, that it drives her crazy because the next moment she's all over me and it's not like I'm complaining. Yeah, I know. I'm the luckiest guy on the planet. Hell, probably the whole universe. As I enter the living room, the smell of roasted meat wafts through the air, assaulting my senses, my nose leading me in the direction of the kitchen. Wyan is the one doing the cooking. She is so immersed in the cutting, I think she hasn't sensed my presence yet. So like the hormonal wolf I am, I take a moment to admire the view. I wonder what reaction she will give if I sneak up to her. What are you waiting for? You'll only know it if you try it. Make the damn move, Jungkook. My wolf snaps. I walk up behind her, trying not to make even the smallest of sounds, and wrap my arms around her waist. Her startled yelp is encouraging enough. I nuzzle my nose into her hair, making her giggle. She smells heavenly. What are you cooking? Steak, she says, continuing cutting the vegetables away. I end the torture to myself by placing a kiss on her neck. Nice, I say half-heartedly in between kisses. But my naughty wolf has no answer except a mental images of us on the counter that's so obscene it turns me on badly. Crap. I push myself away from her slightly, hoping like hell she doesn't feel it. But of course, very little goes unnoticed by her. She reaches out and turns off the stove and presses herself against me. Oh, she breathes out, the sound caught by my lips before it could fully escape her. She gives me full control of the kiss. We are in the mall along with Taehyung for shopping. There comes Damon, Wyan's enemy, and Nora, my best friend. They are walking in our direction, eating some ice cream, each taking a lick and passing it to each other. Yuck! They haven't spotted us yet. Just as I think, Damon's head snaps up, almost as he senses us. He looks at Wyan directly and says two words. Hello, murderer. Taehyung takes a step in his direction, his fingers fisted, a clear sign that he wants a fight. Wyan reaches forward, stopping him. We are in human territory. I turn back around to see him, but the duo is already walking in the opposite direction, arms around each other. Why would he call you a murderer? I exclaim, shocked. Because I killed my father. I stare at her retreating back, shell-shocked. No, she didn't. What? I stutter out. I said she didn't. Taehyung repeats. She thinks she did, but I know she didn't. Oh, I say stupidly. What really happened? That you'll have to ask her. Come on, let's go. Wayan goes straight into the house without a word, making her way to her office. I make my way up to our room. I'll tell you. I jump in surprise and turn around in my seat, surprised to see Wayan standing in the doorway. I'll tell you about it. Okay. She stares at me for a few seconds in silence. She continues to stare at me, making me fidget awkwardly in my seat. What? I'm just looking at you, drinking in as much as of you I can. Why? I query confused. Because even if you don't leave me, I don't think you will look at me the same way again. Is that how little you believe in me? You don't get it, Gook. You're too optimistic, looking for the good in everyone, and that's why you don't get it. You won't until you know what I did. Try me, why don't you? You want to know, right? I'll tell you what I did, what made me the monster I am. You're not a monster, Wayan. Why do you keep insisting? How can you be so sure of that when you don't know? Then tell me, damn it, just tell me. I killed my own father, Jungkook, my flesh and blood, the person who gave me life. I killed him with my own hands. I remained silent, relying from shock at her words. No, you didn't. Yes, I did. My patience is running thin, Wayan. Cut it and tell me what the hell happened, alright? I don't want to hear one more word of you blaming yourself. She looks astonished by my outburst. What can I say? Even I'm pretty shocked with myself. There's nothing more to tell. He assaulted me, I killed him. What? Yes, he tried it. I beat him senseless and left him bleeding and too weak to heal himself. The next morning he was found dead in his room with a pathetic "I'm sorry pup" note beside his bed and a silver dagger sticking out of his heart. No, please, don't give me your pity. I don't want it. What? No. 17 years, he never called me Wayan. But that day when he grabbed me, I couldn't believe it was him. He had never treated me like a daughter. He would always behave like I was an animal to be trained, But I always thought that despite everything, somewhere in the corner of his mind, he loved me. He shattered all that hope cruelly when he pinned me down. And I can remember the alcohol in his breath. And I can remember thinking that he was maybe too intoxicated to say the difference between me and some cheap girl that he does every night. That's when he said it, or more like mourned it, my name. My name. Don't, Jungkook, you can't kill an already dead man. And you beat him? Yes, I snapped. 13 years of training hadn't gone to a waste. In a second, before I know what was happening, I was beating him and breaking all of his bonds. All those years of ill treatment and verbal things catching up in that moment. I couldn't control myself, no matter how much I tried. And I'm ashamed to say that I enjoyed every second of it. I enjoyed giving it back to him, and only when I was done, when he was barely breathing, did I realize that no matter how much I have tried to prevent it, it had happened. I had become the same monster he was, and that monster in me thirsted for blood. Wayan, please don't say that. I tried to grab her, but she pulls away. I'm a monster, Jungkook. A monster, she whispers. Listen to me, mate. You're not a monster, okay? He was sick, who deserved to die for what he did. He was the one who decided to be a coward and kill himself. It's not your fault. Why do you want me, Jungkook? She yells. Because I love you, idiot. Everything about you. Your rare smiles, the way you order me around, the way you kiss me, the way you can be so sweet but so hot, the way you quiet an entire room with a glance, even the way you glare at me. Everything. She looks at me in silence for a few minutes, almost as if she's searching my eyes for the truth. You do? What part of I love you don't you understand? You think you do, but it will fade away. You leave me. I won't leave you, Wayan. Why can't you take my word for it? Everyone leaves in the end. That's how life works. You have to just believe that I won't leave. But that's the problem. How can I believe when I know? Then marry me. We look at each other shocked. What? Yes, you want confirmation? Fine, then marry me. But we are too young. Do you think that I'm not good enough for you? What? No, of course not. Good, because I don't think so too. Now, I don't have a ring, but I'll get you one soon. Just agree that you'll marry me. I rub my thumb across her tear-streaked cheeks, waiting for her reply. Are you sure you want to marry me? As sure as I'll ever be. Okay, she sighs, nodding her head with a small smile. I'll marry you. With that, I lean forward and crush my lips to hers, showing her just how deep my love for her runs.